that you haven't been worshipping him. And if you're worshipping him, he can't see you do it, and he can't hear you making your dua. Ya abati, he continues in the same line of reasoning. So the first statement was why. He's setting the precedent. Why are you doing this? Before saying what he wants him to change to. So he lays down the foundations. Ya abati, my father, yet again, inni, to me, directly. He doesn't say sami'at, or I've heard, or uhiya ilay, it's revealed. He says inni, to me personally, qad ja'ani. Ja'ani is a direct imperative word, meaning it has already arrived to me. Qad ja'ani, to me, has arrived to me, min al-ilm, part of knowledge. Ibrahim is saying, my father, you're a more knowledgeable man than I am in many things. But in this part of knowledge, I know more than you. Look at the adab, look at the manners. He doesn't say to his father, قَدْ جَاءَنِي الْعِلْمِ, knowledge has come to me. Because his father would say to him, who are you to say you know everything? He says, قَدْ جَاءَنِي min, juz, part of the knowledge. مَا لَمْ يَأْتِكَ, what has not yet arrived to you. فَاتَّبِعْنِي. So he's saying to his father, perhaps since you are better than I, and you are my father, and I am from your loins, and you are my elder, and you are the head of the tribe and the head of the people, قَدْ جَاءَنِي مِنَ الْعِلْمِ مَا لَمْ يَأْتِكَ, what has not yet come to you. Perhaps it will come to you. You will come to recognize Allah on your own. But it's still my responsibility to tell you, since it has come to me, فَاتَّبِعْنِي. That's the first injunction and order that he gives to his father. Therefore, follow me. أَهْدِكَ صِرَاطًا سَوِيًّا. With confidence he says, I will surely guide you to the straight path. Here, he has self-confidence, he has strength. He says to his father with power, with authority, Ya abati, knowledge, part of it has come to me to tell me the true way, the true path. I ask you to follow me in this thing. In this particular thing. Not in everything I say, but in this particular thing. Ya abati. Now he comes after having said, asked him why, he explained the why, and he told him what it is that he wants. He's now warning him of why not. He says to him, Ya abati la ta'bud al-shaytan. My father, do not be in the worship of Satan, of the shaitan. Why? Inna ash-shaytana kana lir-rahmani 'asiyya. Surely shaitan is a rebel against the most gracious Allah Azza wa Jal. The shaitan has rebelled and has fought against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the injunctions of Allah and the tawheed. So he forbids his father. Ya abati. In verse number 43, فَاتَّبِعْنِي. He asks his father. Al-amru bil-ma'ruf. And then, النهي عن المنكر. That has always been the way of the prophets. He tells you what you should do. In Islam, we believe it is more important to do what is right than it is to stay away from what is wrong. Think about it. It is better to do more of the good, even if you fall into sin, than to do no good and stay away from all evil. It's impossible. The more good you do, the better you are in the estimation of Allah, even if you fall into errors. So he says to his father, follow me. And he's saying, it's as if he's saying to his father, even if you are following me in the tawheed of Allah, and at times you fall into the mistakes of the shaitan, it's still okay. But you're following me in the way, أَهْدِكَ صِرَاطًا سَوِيًّا. So he's ordered his father with good, forbidden him from evil. Ya abati, inni akhafu an yamassaka adhabun min ar-Rahman. My father, I fear for you. Now he begins to plead. Why? What? Why not? And please. Ya abati, inni akhafu an yamassaka adhabun min ar-Rahman. My father, I fear lest the torment of the most gracious Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala befalls you, comes to you. فَتَكُونَ لِلشَّيْطَانِ وَلِيًّا. What is the greatest curse that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can put upon an individual in the worldly life? It's found here. فَتَكُونَ لِلشَّيْطَانِ وَلِيًّا. that you become a friend and an aid and a protector and a helper with the shaitan. He says to his father, Inni akhaf, the greater thing I'm fearing for you, an yamassaka adab, that the punishment of Allah should touch you. What is the punishment of Allah in this dunya? An takuna lish-shaytani waliya, that you are walking with the shaitan in this worldly life. That you are a person who is on the path of Satan, of the shaitan. You're neglecting your prayers. You are destructive to the society you live in. You are not fulfilling your obligations to the land, to the people, to your ummah, to Islam, to society in general, to your laws, to your job, to your ethics, to your morality. Takuna lish-shaytan waliya. You become a partner with shaitan. The Prophet ﷺ in the authentic hadith, he says to Aisha, مَعَ كُلِّ إِنسان shaitan. Every human being, there is a partner for him that is from the shaitan. It is called, in the language of Sharia, qareen, your twin. Every one of us has a twin. Aisha said to him, and the hadith is in Bukhari and Muslim, she says, Ya Rasulullah, مَعَ كُلِّ إِنسان, every human being has a qareen, has a jinn that is with him. قال بلى, yes. قالت ومعي, with me. Aisha radiallahu anha, she became scared. I have a shaitan. قال بلى. قالت ومعك, if I have one, طيب, do you have one ya Rasulullah? قال بلى, yes, ولكن, but, there has to be a but when it comes to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. ولكن أعانني الله عليه فأسلم فلا يأمرني إلا بالخير. Yes, I have a shaitan who was with me, who would inspire me, but Allah gave me power over him, so he became Muslim. فلا يأمرني إلا بالخير. So now he only orders me to do good. In the philosophy of Islam, it is important for you to understand this. Never does a believer come to do a righteous act unless he is aided in it. You are given help and support by your other qareen, which is an angel. You have a qareen from the jinn, and you have a qareen from al-malaika. The Prophet ﷺ, he tells us, recite ayatul kursi before you go to sleep. Why? يَظَلُّ عَلَيْكَ حَافِظًا. Your protector, your angel, will remain with a sword protecting you from all of the shayateen throughout your night. Recite it when you wake in the morning. يَظَلُّ عَلَيْكَ حَافِظًا حَتَّى تَنَامْ, until you go to sleep. In the philosophy of Islam, we believe that any righteous deed of righteousness that we do, it is with the help and the aid of our malaika, of our conscience that leads us to do what is right. And whenever we come to commit a sin, it is through the waswasa and the inspiration of the qareen, the devil, the jinn who is with us. As Muslims, we believe the more righteous deed you do, the stronger your angel grows, and the more good he asks you to perform. Have you ever had that feeling where all of a sudden you wake up for Fajr before your alarm clock wakes? All of a sudden you are ready to make your wudu, you're reminded to do something, you see something that inspires you. That is from the inspiration of the angel. Do not think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been unmerciful to us where He gives us just the waswasa from shaitan. If you have the waswasa from shaitan, the whispers of the shaitan to do evil, and you don't hear the whispers of the Rahman to do good, then that's because of your lacking of righteous deeds. The more good you do, the more inspiration to do good is inspired to you. The more evil you do, the stronger your jinn grows in calling you towards the evil. So he says to his father, Inni akhaf, I am fearful for you, my father, an yamassaka adab, that you are touched by a punishment from Allah. What is of the greatest punishments in the worldly life? فَتَكُونَ لِلشَّيْطَانِ وَلِيًّا, that you are from those who become an aid and a protector and a companion of the shaitan. Let us look at some of the other words of inspiration of Ibrahim as is found in Surah Al-An'am, chapter number 7, verse number 74. Ibrahim once again debating with his father. إِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ لِأَبِيهِ آزَرُ